Alright folks, let's set the scene. The film opens with a flashback in the quantum realm. Our girl Janet Van Dyne is exploring the realm when she suddenly comes under attack by not one, but two vicious creatures. Janet manages to take down one of them, but the other one pounces on her, ready to finish the job. Just when it seems like all hope is lost, someone comes to Janet's rescue and blasts the creature's head off. Janet turns to see who her savior is, and it turns out to be none other than a mysterious man, who seems to have crash-landed in the realm alone. We fast forward to the present day, where our main man Scott Lang is soaking up the fame and fortune that comes with being an Avenger. Thanks to his heroic efforts in helping to defeat Thanos, Scott has become quite the celebrity. Although, there's at least one person out there who mistakes him for Spider-Man, poor guy. Meanwhile, Hope Van Dyne has taken over her father Hank's company and has been putting her own spin on things. She's been using PIM particles to further her research and make a difference on a global scale. On the other hand, Scott's been busy writing a best-selling book about his experiences. However, as we all know, every rose has its thorns. Scott's extended absence from the outside world, while he was stuck in the quantum realm, has taken a toll on his relationship with his daughter Cassie. Things are heating up now. Scott receives a call while he's out and about, and it turns out that his daughter Cassie has been arrested for taking part in a protest. Scott rushes over to the jail to meet Hope, who's also there to bail Cassie out. Later on, Scott and Cassie hanging out with the Pims, who are like a second family to Scott at this point. They're all sitting down to dinner, but things get a little awkward when Hank accidentally spills the beans about Cassie's past run-ins with the law. Cassie starts talking about all the cool scientific stuff she's been working on with the Pims, including a device that can send signals to the quantum realm. This catches Janet's attention, and she starts to panic. She quickly shuts the device off, but before she can explain why, the darn thing suddenly reactivates and starts pulling everything and everyone around it into the quantum realm. Scott jumps into action to save Cassie, using his trusty Ant-Man suit to shield her as they both tumble into the quantum realm. Meanwhile, Hope is quick to use her Wasp suit to rescue her parents from the chaos. They find themselves surrounded by some strange inhabitants of the quantum realm. Janet steps up to confront them, and before we know it, she's in the midst of a fierce duel with one of the creatures. Janet and the creature end up laughing it off like old friends. With the danger averted, for now, at least, Janet manages to secure them all a ride atop a giant flying creature, whisking them off to safety. Heroes continue their journey through the quantum realm. They encounter a variety of strange and otherworldly beings. Some are humanoid, while others are downright alien-like. In order to communicate with these creatures, Scott and Cassie must drink a mysterious red fluid called ooze, which allows them to understand the natives. They're soon greeted by a new arrival, a telepathic native named Quaz, who can read minds. And if that's not enough, they also meet a rebel warrior named Gentora. Gentora is immediately suspicious of the Langs and Cassie, suspecting that their arrival will draw the attention of someone known as the Conqueror. When Scott mentions Janet's name, Gentora's suspicions only grow stronger. Janet leads Hope and Hank to a bar filled with other quantum realm natives. There, they meet a man named Lord Kriller, whom Janet had befriended, and possibly even had a relationship with, during her time trapped in the realm. Janet tries to get Kriller to help them, but he drops a bombshell. He's working for Kang, the Conqueror who was mentioned earlier. Kriller also mentions Kang's most dangerous weapon, a mechanized organism designed only for killing, or MODOK. Kang's henchmen arrive to capture the Pims, but they're no match for our heroes. They fight their way out, and Hank uses one of his growing discs to turn a squid creature into a giant, which he uses to toss Kriller around. The family steals Kriller's ship and makes their escape, but not without running into some serious trouble along the way. As the rebels come under attack by Kang's forces, MODOK suddenly appears and starts vaporizing some of the fighters. In the midst of the chaos, Cassie reveals that she has her own super suit that allows her to shrink and grow. MODOK confronts Scott and Cassie personally and reveals himself to be none other than Darren Cross, who survived his fight with Scott when he went subatomic and destroyed his Yellow Jacket suit. As a result, Cross's body became deformed, leaving him as a giant head with tiny limbs and a stretched out face. He was also the one who sent the signal that Cassie responded to. MODOK then takes Scott and Cassie to Kang. As the family flies away on Kriller's ship, Janet confesses to Hank and Hope about her encounter with Kang and the truth about her time in the quantum realm. She explains how Kang had deceived her, claiming to be a lost traveler and promising to return her to Hope. But when Janet found the ship's core, she saw Kang's true nature and the horrors he had committed, including destroying entire worlds and timelines. Kang tried to convince Janet to join him by offering to make it as if she had never missed any of Hope's childhood, but she refused, knowing it would come at a terrible cost. In the end, Janet used her Wasp suit to steal the core and destroy it, ensuring that Kang and herself were trapped in the quantum realm forever. Scott and Cassie come face to face with Kang, who brags about killing Avengers in other timelines. Kang threatens to kill Cassie and make Scott relive the moment forever if he doesn't help him get his core back. Despite his reluctance, Scott agrees to help but warns Kang that he will come for him if he hurts Cassie. Scott is dropped into the core's location, where he gets caught in a probability storm, resulting in hundreds of different versions of himself appearing. MODOK calls it a probability storm. The Pyms fly by the location and Hope senses Scott's presence. She flies down to help but is also surrounded by her own probabilities. Luckily, Scott's multiple versions work together to retrieve the core, since they all share the same goal of saving Cassie. Scott and Hope shrink the core down together and escape Kang's grasp. Hope and Janet help Scott get the core, but Kang arrives and breaks their deal, taking the core and Janet with him. He also has MODOK destroy the Pyms ship, although Hank manages to survive. Janet calls Kang a monster, but he explains that he is actually the exiled one among his many variants, and he believes they are responsible for other horrors across the multiverse. Kang thinks that escaping the quantum realm will allow him to take control of an event that is coming for humanity. As the ants arrive, they reveal that they've become more advanced due to time displacement. With their help, Hank, Scott, and Hope head towards Kang's stronghold, while Cassie shrinks into a prison to free Gentora and other rebels. Cassie interrupts Kang's villain speech and urges everyone to fight against him. The rebels are freed and engage in a battle against Kang's forces. MODOK attacks Cassie, but she turns into a giant and knocks him down. Before leaving, she manages to convince him that he doesn't have to keep being evil. Scott grows to a massive size and charges at Kang, enraged at his betrayal. The rebels are freed and engage in a battle against Kang's forces. Scott destroys Kang's tower. Cassie joins the fight, also becoming giant. Kang leads his own forces against the rebels. All Kang's hopes were dashed. Kang is very angry now. He himself enters the battlefield and gives a fierce battle. No one could surpass Kang. Hank and the ants, including a giant mecha ant, head towards the tower to help. He gets ants to attack Kang but MODOK turns on Kang and attacks. So Kang is defeated. In MODOK's final moments, MODOK chooses to die as Darren and the heroes stand by his side as he passes away. The heroes reach the top of the tower, where Janet has repaired Kang's core and opened a portal back home. Scott sends Cassie through the portal just before Kang attacks him. The two engage in a brutal fight, with Kang nearly overpowering Scott. Kang tries to jump through the portal, but Hope comes back to help Scott fight. Together, they defeat Kang and destroy the core using multiple growing/shrinking discs. Hope pushes Kang toward the core, which sucks him into a portal of oblivion. Cassie reopens the portal to allow Scott and Hope to return home while the quantum natives cheer for their victory. Scott returns to his normal life with his family, but he can't shake off Kang's ominous warning about a terrible event approaching. Despite his worries, he joins his family to celebrate a fake birthday for Cassie to make up for the ones he missed during the blip. In the mid-credits scene, a council of Kang variants gathers and discusses the death of the exiled one. They agree that it is time to prepare for a major war and each of them prepares to travel out into the multiverse to take action. In the post-credits scene, we see Victor Timely, another variant of Kang, teaching a class in the early 19th century. Among his students, we see Loki and Agent Mobius. Loki tells Mobius that this man is going to be a very dangerous threat. So, that's it. Be sure to comment with your thoughts below. If the video feels good, then like this video. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click the bell icon to be notified of our latest videos. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.
You can't plant me in your penthouse.